Hello, everyone, and welcome into Westchester's Ice Line Rink here near Westchester University, their home ice. I am Nick Parr alongside you guys for the ECHA Conference Tournament. This is the play-in game number 1 here on Friday. Tomorrow we have 4 games in a row. Temple and the U.S. Naval Academy play at 10:30. Then we have another game at 1:30 and at 4:30 and at 7:30. At 1:30 is Villanova versus William Patterson. At 4:30 is George Mason versus Lehigh. And at 7:30 is the number 1 Villanova versus the winner of this game. Taking off the faceoff was Olesen, the captain for NYU. Hands off to his fellow defenseman Byland, sends it down the ice. It was tipped, so no icing. Humphrey will retreat back for that puck, send it around the boards. Chipped up by Wilson, trying to, but now it's back to Humphrey behind his own net. We're having issues with our camera, so we will go no camera for the first period until we figure that out. Wilson on a breakaway, no one in front of him, just the goalie goes backhand, goes wide of the net. Still in the NYU defensive zone. Back behind the net is Olesen, still on the ice with Byland. In net for NYU is Ty Jones. Moving up the ice is Towson, moving into the zone. Deep in the net, right on net, now going across. Back the other way is Olesen, still on the ice to the slot center, but that was blocked in front. Now moving up the ice, still no changes for NYU. Olesen will send it up. Eventually they do change now. Moving up the ice into the neutral zone is Towson. Ritter sends it into the zone. Chasing is Michael Levitt, but it's turned over to NYU deep in their own zone. Now moving the other way is Mikhail Anakin into the neutral zone. Hands off to Ciarvoris. Now behind the net slot, and it goes back behind the net, retreating back towards the blue line. Out to the point was Svoboda, but now it's turned over. Moving the other way is Ritter. Chips into the zone, big hit. Now behind the net, defenseman, or excuse me, the winger, Gardeffi. Moving up the ice, but turned over in the neutral zone. Back moving the other way, chasing was Ricketts. He can't get there, though. Another hit into the board at the point, driven deep. Was attempted to by Gonçalves, but he was unable to do so. Now moving quickly up the ice was Bieber. He gets it in the zone, but it's turned over. 2-on-1 for Towson. Almost a trip, but no penalty called. Refs say that Caleb Amadon fell on his own. Still fighting Bieber in the zone. Now going deep. Chasing back is Towson. That was Gonçalves. Now moving up the ice is Buckley. He'll try and find someone in the neutral zone. That was Jay Harwood, but it was turned over. Now Olesen tries to move up the ice, but it's turned over in the neutral zone. Humphrey will just blast it right on net, but we now do have our camera working, so you guys can see the action on the ice. Fired by Ritter, but that goes way wide. Trying to keep that in was Conaway, but it was chipped aside. Now it goes up and out of play. It'll be a face-off in the NYU defensive zone. Winning that faceoff is Towson. Back out to the blue line, fires, and that is kicked aside by Ty Jones. Now a 3-on-2 for NYU if they hurry. Moving in on the slot, fires, and that's kicked aside. Rebound, saved again. Now a wraparound shot, and that's saved again. I believe Anthony Brooks in net for Towson. Turned over back, NYU trying to move the other way. Ciarvoris sent it back to one of his defensemen. That was Mikhail Anakin, but Ty Jones just decides to cover. The two goaltenders today, Anthony Brooks, 11 games played on the season. He's 2-8-1. He has a 4.07 goals against average and a .921 save percentage for the Tigers this season. Sent deep into the zone, chasing was Cook. Now turned over, right, still in their zone. Amadon touches that puck, but a whistle's blown. Four minutes passed in this first period of the playing game. The winner of this game again will go on and face the University of Westchester tomorrow on their home ice. 4 games in a row. Violets in the slot. Fire, that goes wide off the rebound. That's kicked aside again. That was Cook on the shot, saved by Brooks. Towson will send it deep in the NYU zone, but of course that will be an icing. Ritter taking the face-off for NYU. Amadon for Towson. Out to the point for NYU. They'll fire, but it's blocked away. A bunch of traffic in front. Off the rebound in the slot. It's kicked away by Brooks. Chasing is Amadon. Now from the point, Olsen thought about it. Finds Anakin. Anakin fires, and that's kicked away in front. Back is Olsen at the point. He'll make a move to his right. Going down deep into the zone now is the defenseman. And it's almost turned over, still in the Towson zone. Now they get it out. Anakin retreats back for that puck. Anakin moving the other way. Finds Daring, but Daring will just chip it into the zone. NYU has held most of the possession time this game. Moving in the slot, goes to the dot, but nobody home. Now, out to the point was Svoboda. He saves the fires from the point in front in the slot. They jab away at it. Shot again, but it's blocked. Svoboda will keep it in. He'll just chip it deep. We'll move out to the point. Chipped up. Still being hit away. Now moving the other way is Humphrey. Moving up the ice is Ritter. Ritter gets it into the zone, but turnover. NYU with possession now. Saucer cross ice pass. Moving up the ice is Rayer. Rayer moves into the slot. Now goes across to the right. Defensive behind him. Shot and kicked aside by Brooks. Now moving in the neutral zone. Missed pass from Ritter again. That was attempted for John Rubish, but couldn't take that puck cleanly. Now moving into the zone is Anakin. Anakin into the slot, making a bunch of moves. Shot and saved by Brooks. Has been great so far in the first 6 minutes of the period. Turned over now. Byland will just chip it deep. No icing. Sent up by Travis. Couldn't get much on it, or that was Conaway, excuse me. Now Amadon moving up ice. Tries to find Johnson, but could not. Sent off the boards, but stopped in the neutral zone by Gardeffi. Now it's deep in the zone. Olsen will take that puck. The captain for the Violets, he'll send it up in the neutral zone. Cross ice, moving up the ice is Gardeffi. Shot kicked away by Brooks. NYU sending a lot of shots Brooks' way. Yet to let one pass. Puck sent up in the neutral zone, chasing back was Bieber. Now the captain, Olsen, sends up in the neutral zone, finds Gardeffi. And that's hit aside. Turnover. It looks like Towson will take the puck, trying to move the other way. Olsen looking for a pass. Tried to find someone in the neutral zone, but was turned over. Now Wilson will dump it deep in the zone. Olsen back for it. I'll just send it all the way up to the red line, but no Violet in sight. And Tigers will just drive deep in the zone. In NYU's zone, now going out to the neutral zone. Amadon to Humphrey. Humphrey moving up to the neutral zone across the red line. He'll move into the zone. Taking it himself so far. Dumps, fires, and gloved by Jones. Amadon off the face-off. Now NYU moving the other way. Deep into the zone goes Eckstein. Turned over. Now NYU's trying to drive it deep into the zone. They had a guy offside, so they had to wait a second. It'll eventually go to Towson. Deep in the zone was Ritter. He'll send it up off the boards. Moving up the ice is Rubish, but it's turned over. It'll be a 2-on-1 for NYU if they hurry. Saucer pass to the slot. Almost go for a backhand, but Brooks bats that away with the stick. Humphrey finds Ritter, but back to Humphrey. We'll go cross ice, attempting for Cody Keegan. Now Ritter in the zone, back to Keegan, and he gets hit off the puck. Moving the other way quickly is Anakin. He has Ciarveris with him. He'll try and find the slot, but it gets batted away in front. Now moving along the boards. Cross ice, but that is turned over to Ritter. Ritter trying to move up ice, but in the NYU possession, they'll go cross ice in the zone. Deep in the zone. Towson trying to move up. No icing as it was tipped off of a Tiger. So the icing's waved off. Now Jonathan Bieber moving up ice. They look like they've controlled most of this game. Bieber stops, fires. That goes high. Sent deep in the zone now. Towson will look to move the other way. Flipped up in the neutral zone. Olsen will take it. Moving the other way. Amadon right there on him. Sends it in the zone. Back behind the net. Big hit from Cody Keegan. Or excuse me, that was Travis Buckley. Now moving the other way. This is Johnson. He fires and it goes into the glove of Ty Jones. So far in shots on goal, it's been the same, 5-5. But it looked like NYU has had control of this game so far. Batted away at the dot. Puck goes in the air. Putting it back down on the ice was Svoboda. Now chipped away into the slot, moving across is Harwood. He fires, that goes wide. Humphrey back to Harwood, and he couldn't clean that, or he couldn't field that puck cleanly. Still in the NYU zone. Cross ice. Chasing up is Gardeffi, but that's given away. Hand up for the offsides, but now every Violet's on sides. Chasing is Gardeffi. Brooks came out of his crease to play it. Sent across the boards, hit the ref. Tripped along the boards with Anakin, but he fell on his own, so no call there. Wilson with the puck now along the blue line. He'll drive it deep in the zone. He'll come off for a change. Owenby is back there, fighting in the corner now. And eventually taken away by Rayer. He'll send it up off the boards. Amadon in the neutral zone, fighting. Still fighting. Chipped up off the boards. Sent cross ice and driven deep in the zone. Moving up the ice now is Eckstein. Breakaway, fires, and that goes high. At the blue line. Cross ice, nobody home though. Keegan looking to clear the zone. Moving into the zone is Keegan. Keegan stops, fires, punched aside by Jones. Kept in the zone by Buckley. Anakin moving the other way, makes a move to his left. Deeks around Ricketts. Stops. Looks a little shaken up. He's not moving all that well. He's coming off. That is Mikhail Anakin, the defenseman for the Violets. Behind the net, sent across the boards. Kept in the zone. Hit off a stick. Goes to the corner. Kept in. Bieber fires. That goes high and wide. Olsen now. Olsen goes behind the goal line. Back out to Olsen on the blue line. Deep in his net now. Olsen chases out for the blue line. Rayer. Back to Olsen. Olsen moving in on net. Tries to go to the slot, but it kicks off a Tiger skate. And it's sent back into the Towson, or in the NYU zone. No icing is waved off. Puck just moving too slow. Trickling puck. Humphrey corrals it and moves back behind his net. Turned over. Bieber with it. He'll just dump it in the zone. Turnover right in front, fires, and Brooks kicks that away. That was Jacob Yang on the shot. Svoboda moving up ice, finds Charles Gardeffi, and he dumps that in the zone. Now he'll chase. Humphrey now for Towson. 5 minutes remain in this first period of the playing game. Fighting alongside the board now on the dot, fires, and saved by Jones. Face off deep in the NYU zone. Won by them though. Sent across to Olsen. Go up the ice, tries to at least. Now Eckstein stops. Mikhail Anakin on the ice, he seems to be all right. Olsen moves into the zone. Knocked down, still on the goal line. Couldn't find anybody. Now moving up as Towson is blocked. Moving up the ice is Olsen. He's surrounded by Tiger defense though. Now moving in on net. Spins back the other way. On the dot, fires, and that was saved. That was shot by Nalraki. His first of the game. Moving up the ice is Harwood, excuse me, the leading scorer for this team. Shot goes aside. Fighting. Try to get deep in the zone, that goes up and out of play. One of the leading scorers on this team, Jay Harwood, he's got 14 goals and 22 assists on the season. Tallies him to 36 points. And Jeremy Wilson, the leading scorer for the Tigers. 21 goals, 20 assists, getting him to 41 points on the season. Faceoff goes right to Jones, and he'll just cover, and they'll do it again. In the neutral zone, fighting along the NYU defensive zone, fires and gets kicked aside. Be a face-off deep in the NYU zone. Fire off the face-off, but it's kicked aside by Jones. Turnover, Amadon fires. That was a lot of traffic in front. And Cook now moving the other way, flips up, trying to find Eckstein, but he gets it to him now on the dot. Cross ice, but kicked away. That was intended for Nalraki. In the neutral zone, it goes past Johnson deep into the NYU zone, and it'll be an icing. Face off deep in the Towson zone on the far side dot. And the slot fires, and the slower backhand, so easy save for Brooks. 9 saves for him so far, no icing, as it was tipped off of a violet before going into the zone. So icing is waved off. Now Olsen will gain speed moving into the zone. Makes a move, goes around the net, finds a slot, fires. Kicked away by Brooks. They jab away at it in front, still loose, and now it's batted away. And the whistle is blown. Looks like they'll call it a cover. Schiavone, the Tiger coach, talking with the referees about what just happened, as the face-off is won by Towson, but NYU takes it away quickly. On the dot, fires, and that's punched aside. Chasing for it was Harry Byland, but he didn't get there in time. Towson moves in on a 2-on-2, fire from the dot, but that's a good stick by Mikhail Anakin to not let the full shot get off. Gardeffi moving, dumps it deep in the zone. Hit by Humphrey on Michael Rayer, and it'll be Towson puck. Now Bieber fighting with Humphrey. Or excuse me, that was Michael Levitt. .35 seconds remain. Humphrey tries to go up ice, but it's kicked aside. Trying to move into the zone was Bieber, but Humphrey takes that away. He'll dump into the zone as 17 seconds are left on the clock for this first period. No score. Moving up the ice is Cook. Turned over. Wilson will take it the other way. 3 seconds remain, and that's batted aside. So that'll do it for this first period from the ice line at Westchester. Nothing score. We will be back for the second period of hockey. I'm Nick Parr, alongside you on the ECHA YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Westchester's Ice Line, the home of Westchester University Golden Rams club ice hockey team. As we are set to get underway for the second period of this play-in game between the number 8 Towson Tigers and the number 9 NYU Violets. NYU with 12 shots on goal, Towson with 11. But no change on the scoreboard. We are stuck at 0. As we are ready to get underway for the second period of hockey here at Iceline. Face-off won by Towson. Goes deep into the Towson zone now. Retreating back to get that is Travis Buckley. He'll send it around to the captain, Braden Humphrey. Now moving up the ice, trying to get there quickly is Harwood. Second leading scorer for the Tigers. Now turned over, but back in the neutral zone. Towson skating with a lot of energy. Turned over. NYU tries to go to the slot, but it's turned over. Now Towson moving the other way with Jeremy Wilson, the leading scorer for the Tigers. It's turned aside by Olsen. Now Olsen moving in a 2-on-1. He fires. It's kicked away by Brooks. He had Alex Svoboda, the other defenseman, with him, but decided to take the shot himself. Olsen finds Svoboda, who'll chip it in, but Humphrey's right there to take that puck away. Try to move up the ice for the Tigers. Wilson now in the neutral zone. Sends it up across the blue line, but it's turned over now. Sent the other way, chasing for that puck for NYU was C.O. Varys, but not able to get there in the end. Fires. That goes high. That was Jeremy Wilson. In the neutral zone now, moving the other way is Gardeffi. Gardeffi in the slot. Stick lifts, backhand, but didn't get anything on it. Now another shot, still behind the net, fighting for it, right in front, but it is covered by Anthony Brooks. Mikhail Anakin now coming on the ice from the gate. He did not come out for warm-ups, maybe readjusting something. As I mentioned before, he was a little shaken up skating around the ice in the first period, but now he's on the NYU bench. Out deep, now sending it deep is Bieber. Behind the net. Sent back to the point. Fires, and that's kicked aside. Humphrey tries to send it out, and he does. Now moving the other way is the Tigers. Levitt chasing the puck. He'll try to send it to the slot, but it's chipped up by Jonathan Bieber of the Violets. Deep behind the net. Naraki sends it up in the neutral zone and chipped deep in by Towson, but it'll be offsides. Kicked up. It went too far. That was Bieber trying to get there, but he just kicked the puck too far. Now moving the other way. Trying to move into the zone is Daring. Cannot. Puck's right in front, fighting away at it. Brooks didn't see it, trying to flip that out. Olsen fires from the point. That's kicked aside by Brooks. Now Daring. In the slot, almost was Olsen, or that was C.R. Varys. And driven deep in the zone by Towson. NYU retreats back. Olsen, the captain, moving the other way. Goes cross ice. C.O. Varys. Send it back to Olsen. Olsen moves back out. Gets that puck hit away, and Towson will clear the zone now. Amadon trying to move the other way. Back to Olsen. Or Olsen, excuse me. Into the neutral zone. Trying to move up the ice, but unable to do so was C.O. Varys. In front, C.O. Varys fires, and that's kicked aside by Brooks off the bounce off the boards. Olsen wanted to take a slap shot from the blue line, but the puck skipped past him. Bieber to Anakin, who is now on the ice after being shaken up a little bit. Here goes Bieber, moving down the slot, makes a move to his right. He'll fire. Saved by Brooks, rebound, but goes back out to the point. Anakin, he'll fire, but right there is Harwood. Harwood moving the other way. 3-on-2 for Towson if they hurry. The slot, big hit. Moving the other way, going cross ice, chipping that in was Rayer. Behind the net. Sending it across to the far side boards. That is Evan Owenby. Now turned over to NYU, goes deep in the zone. Trying to find the point, but that puck was hit away. No penalties so far in this game. Has been 5-on-5 for the last 25 minutes, almost. No icing, it's waved off as it was tipped by a Tiger. Conaway sends it up to the neutral zone, but it's taken away by NYU. It'll be offsides if a Violet touches it, but now it's sent deep into the NYU zone. NYU just sent it the other way, chipped up off the stick. Deep into the zone. That was off Cook's stick. Wearing the A for NYU. Now moving up. Making a move, goes deep into the zone. That was Wilson. Now moving around the blue line. Turned over. Moving the other way is Eckstein. Eckstein in on net. He gets tied up and a hand goes in the air for a penalty. It looks like it'll be either a penalty shot or 2 minutes. Looked like Eckstein had the breakaway. And they'll just call it a normal 2-minute minor. Looked like it was for hooking. As I say, no penalties in the first 25 minutes. We get one here, 2 minutes on Braden Humphrey, the captain of Towson, as the first shot of the power play is smothered by Brooks. Face-off won by NYU in the slot. Going to the near side dot. Back out to the point is Olesen. Now to the dot on the other side, deep in behind the goal line. Moving in, back to the point. Goes cross ice to the near side. Dot fires, and that's kicked aside. NYU unable to keep that in. Now they'll try and go back the other way and make another push. Moving in the zone, off the boards. Sent cross ice. Jonathan Bieber's there, sent it off the boards to Olesen. Olesen looking for a pass, goes deep ahead of the goal line. Sent back out. On the dot, Cook fires, and that goes high off the netting. Towson wins that face-off, moving the other way now, and he'll just send it down the ice. That was Ricketts. Moving up the ice with speed is Rayer. He moves into the zone. He'll move to his left. He fires, and that's kicked by Brooks. Now going behind the net, sends it back out to the point. Bieber moving in on net, tries to find the slot, but not being ready for it was Eckstein. Deep in the zone, sent across, off the backhand. Chasing, but eventually sent back down the ice. That was by Caleb Amadon, the highest scoring defenseman on this Tiger squad. And the penalty will end right there. Back to 5-on-5. Still no goals. Trying to go deep in the zone, but losing the puck. Now moving the other way is Towson. Flipped up. Wilson will chase. He'll move in on net. He fires and he is saved. Schiavone for Towson arguing a penalty. None called. Right in front. That's kicked aside off the post as well. Sent deep in the zone. Cook behind the net, but he'll just send it on net, and a glove save by Brooks will draw a whistle. Cook for NYU. Ritter for Towson. Shot off the face-off. It's kicked aside. Olesen will keep it in, send it back off the boards, and Towson will now clear. Back to get that was Christian Nalraki. Moving into the zone. Turned over. Chet's back in the zone. Tigers retreat. Keegan there. Now Towson moving up there, sending off the boards. The pass goes too far. It'll go to Jonathan Bieber. Chasing was Zachary Deering, but he eventually fights with two Tigers behind the net. Could not come away with it though. Humphrey sends that up to Keegan. Keegan will drive it deep in the zone as Towson goes for a change. Cross ice, but the puck is chipped up by Amadon. Now Amadon will move deep in the zone. He'll fire. That goes wide. And not able to throw that puck cleanly. Can he get there off the breakaway? No. That was Michael Rayer, just not fast enough. Now to the slot, makes a move to his left. He'll fire and he scores! The first goal of the game. Count it to Mikhail Anakin. His second goal of this year. The defenseman moves up on the push, joins the rush, and finds the back of the net to give the Violets a 1-0 lead. Off the face-off. Humphrey now moving the other way, finds Wilson. Wilson moving up the ice. He'll send it off the boards, but it's turned over to Olesen. Now moving the other way is Eckstein. Eckstein fires, tried to go 5-hole, but it's kicked aside by Brooks. Now sent back deep in the zone by Yang. Right in front, but it's batted away by Wilson. Now Towson moves the other way. Conaway moves in the zone, but it's turned aside now. Chipped off the boards. Chasing for it is Eckstein. Eckstein has Olesen in front. Tried to get it to him, but it got tied up by Humphrey of Towson. Now Eckstein back behind the net. In front fires, and that's saved by Brooks. That was Harry Byland, the defenseman, on that shot. Sent in front, but Wilson now takes the puck, moving the other way. Harwood back to Wilson. Wilson moving into the zone. Makes a move to his right. The leading scorer gets ended up, and a hand goes in the air from the referee. Jeremy Wilson is also down on the ice in some pain. Awkward fall that was from Wilson. He got hit. Trainer will come out to assess Jeremy Wilson. The penalty on Max Eckstein of NYU. It'll be a 2-minute minor. Eckstein looks to be okay. He's coming off the ice, Wilson looks to be okay. He'll be coming off the ice under his own power. The chance for Towson to tie this game back up starts now as they are going on the man advantage. Harwood taking the face-off for NYU. He wins that to Wilson. Wilson staying on the ice after being shaken up. One-timer, but didn't get much on it. That was Amadon. Humphrey chasing. Back out to Harwood. Harwood moving along the blue line. He'll fire. That goes way high and wide and gloved by Jones. 8:44 remains on the second period. Winning that face-off is Towson now. Wilson moves back the other way. Out to the point is Harwood. Harwood to Amadon. Amadon loses the puck. Humphrey chasing for it. Tries to keep it in. Back out to Wilson on the dot. He finds Buckley. Buckley now chasing. He'll get it out to Wilson. Wilson. And then eventually leaves the zone. Harwood retreats back for it. Harwood now moving in the neutral zone. He finds Wilson. He'll take it up. Passes up to Harwood. Harwood finds Wilson, but moves back out. Back out to Harwood at the point. Makes a move to his right. Wilson now on the dot. On the far side. Surveying his options. Saucers over to Harwood cross ice. Now Harwood surveying his options. Finds Wilson. Wilson back to Harwood. Harwood moving in on net. He'll fire. Saved by Jones. Face off, won by Towson. 36 seconds remain on this power play. Moving in on net to the dot. That's Owenby. Owenby to Ricketts. Ricketts fires off the leg. I believe that was Gardeffi. That doesn't feel too good. NYU clears off the face-off. Ricketts. Moving up the ice, Towson. Turned over now. NYU will try to move it into the zone. Here goes Gardeffi. He'll hold on to it as long as he can. He'll fire on that, punched aside by Brooks. Now Towson moves the other way with Ritter. Ritter tries to get that in the zone, but it's batted aside. Power play over. Back to 5-on-5 for the last 7 minutes unless we get another penalty. From the point fire, and that's a save from Brooks. Face-off tie-up. Eventually Towson takes control of it. Humphrey now sends it up. Trying to get Levitt to dump it in, but can't find anything. Now Keegan sends it off the boards. Moving beyond the net is Gonsalves. Olesen moving along. Tried to send aside. Right in front. Olesen fires, and that's saved. Excuse me, that was Mikhail Anakin looking for his second goal of the night. Behind the net now. Sends out to the point. But a turnover. But NYU retreat back to get it. Keep it in their possession. Olesen. Sent deep in the zone, and it'll be an icing. I thought he was far enough to not have that called, but referees don't care what I have to say. Behind the net. Olesen chips it up to Rayer. Rayer sent it deep, but couldn't get anything there. Olesen with Wilson chasing for Towson. He'll go back behind his net now. Settle down. Wait for his squad to set up. He'll send it up ice. He finds Rayer. Rayer has Gardeffi with him. Rayo moving, goes between the legs. Deeks now goes right to the slot. No one there. Fired off the rebound, and that's a kick save from Brooks. What a shot from Siovoris, but a save nonetheless. 4 minutes and 55 seconds remain. Face off one by Towson. Deep in the zone is Humphrey. Humphrey tried to send that off the boards, but no one there. Now 2-on-1 for Towson if they hurry. Move into the zone, but a bad pass. Sent up the ice. Humphrey. Humphrey moving up the zone. Surrounded by Violet defenders. He'll move to his left. Sends it across into the corner. No one there for the Tigers. Knocked it down. Amadon making a bunch of nice moves, but doesn't really lead to much. Now in front, making a move to his right on the dot. That was Ricketts. Ricketts sends it deep to Johnson. Johnson sends it across. Amadon. Amadon goes back to Ricketts, but it's now turned over. The batted puck moving the other way was Bieber. Now Gardeffi on the dot, dumps it deep in the zone for a change. Fanning on the pass. Another fan on the pass from Rocky, but Towson will chip that up out of the zone. Eckstein. Now Olesen moving in. Olesen moving in on goal. Goes across. Finds Naraki. Naraki fires. He scores! NYU goes up 2-0. Christian Naraki nets his first one on the season. Gives NYU a 2-0 lead with 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the second period. Naraki stays on the ice. Olesen up to Rayer, and Rayer just drives that deep in the zone looking for a forecheck. Now moving up the ice. Here goes Owenby. Owenby tries to move to the center. Olesen cuts that off. Total denial. Fired off the slot and saved by Jones, and now a little pushing and shoving after the fact. That shot from Harwood. Some of the Violets not happy with how close Wilson and Harwood are getting. That was Harwood and Owenby getting close to Ty Jones. Obviously not happy with that. Face off one by Towson to the point. Fired, but kicked aside. Wilson fires, and that's saved. And while you'll take the puck back, now Bieber moving the other way. Goes up the ice to the neutral zone. Moving in was Svoboda. Taken away. Bieber fires on net. That's kicked aside. Behind the net. Tries to center in front. Still loose, sitting right in front. Fired again. That goes high. Svoboda broke his stick, but saying he didn't know it was broken. Obviously, if you break your stick, you're no longer allowed to lose or use it, and you got to drop it. So he'll go to the box for 2 minutes. Towson will go on another man advantage. To the blue line. Amadon sends it deep. Wilson fires. That goes high. Now NYU moving the other way. Chipped up. Moving it on goal. Fires and saved by Brooks. Shoving behind the net between Buckley and Rayer. That was Rayer moving in on net. On the breakaway. Towson still in the man advantage, but this face-off deep in their zone. Off the face-off, a shot, but gloved and sent aside. Humphrey now behind the net. He's moving up quickly. The captain for the Tigers. He'll move to his right. He'll dump to Wilson. Now Wilson moving slower. Now picking up speed. Into the zone. Fires, and that goes way high. Tries to get to that puck, cannot. Trying to keep it in with Amadon. Racing for it is Siovaris, but can't get there. Wilson now there in the neutral zone on the red line. Harwood centers. That goes across. Humphrey now to Amadon. Amadon back to Humphrey. Humphrey moving freely. Now gets pressured. Sent deep. Out to the point is Wilson. Wilson back to Harwood. Harwood centers one-timer. That's kicked aside. Bit of a slow one-timer there from Conaway. Behind his own net is Wilson. 35 seconds remain on the period. Just 28 on the power play. Moving up the ice, driving that deep is Wilson. Sent across. Now with it, Owenby. Owenby goes deep to Ricketts, but that goes back aside. Owenby again. Out to the point, Amadon. Amadon's been out there the entire time. Gets crushed. Amadon keeps that in. Moving it on net. He'll fire. That gets kicked aside and eventually cleared by NYU. On a breakaway is Rayer, and that's the end of the period. He couldn't get it off. Nonetheless, NYU puts 2 goals on the board. Towson, still nothing. We'll be back for the third period of hockey from the playing game, 8-9 game. ECHA YouTube channel from Westchester's Ice Line. Welcome back to Westchester's Ice Line as NYU leads Towson 2-0 as we're ready to get underway for the last 20 minutes of hockey. Christian Naraki netted the last one for NYU. The 8-9 game, Towson the 8 seed, NYU the 9 seed. This to play Westchester tomorrow at 7:30. Humphrey deep in the zone. Trying to move up the ice. Towson has come out speedy in all three periods, but they seem to lose it pretty quickly. Deep in the zone. Sent off the boards. Olesen fires, and that's a lot of traffic in front, so doesn't get all the way through. Back for that was Svoboda. He finds Bylan, and now Olesen sends that up. It's chipped up and into the Towson zone as NYU goes for a change. Mikhail Anakin and Jonathan Bieber out in defense. James Luo. Frank Sioveris. And Charles Gardefian for the forwards for the Violets. Deep in the zone, fighting on the boards, chip in front, still loose, they jab away at it. Now a fight occurring. The helmet gets ripped off the head of Mikhail Anakin as NYU was jabbing at the pads of Anthony Brooks. Referees discussing at center ice over something. Still no word from the referees. Looks like it'll stay 5-on-5 hockey. No penalty given to either side. Sioveris takes that for NYU for Towson. That was Ritter, but Ritter won that. Now NYU trying to move the other way. They get possession. Olesen finds Gardefi. Gardefi back out to the point. Lua fires, and that's kicked aside. Now it's sent out. Chasing for that is Bieber. Bieber's there. Sends it off the boards. Takes a bad bounce for Olesen. Humphrey in his own zone. He moves up the ice with speed. Moves along the neutral zone. Now that puck's swatted away. Great defense from Frank Sioveris, the forward, now sent up, chipped off of the stick of Rayer. Now Humphrey sends it back up to Humphrey on the boards, but that's turned over again. Could not take that puck cleanly. Now New York University moving up off the leg of Jensen, but it's now on the boards, back out to the point, fired, and that's kicked off another Towson leg, fired again. Now moving the other way is the Tigers. Off the boards on a weird hop. Looking to be a little shaken up was Ricketts. A shot is right into the chest of Anthony Brooks. Just under 3 minutes gone in this period. Sent back to the point, losing that puck though. Wilson chasing for it, can't get there for a breakaway. Now moving the other way, sent up off the boards. Looks like it should be an icing. And it will be. Face off deep in Towson zone. NYU wins that. They'll send it back out to the point. Now back to the far side dot. Amadon chasing. And Towson will clear. There was a 2-minute penalty. I'm not sure what it was for. Must have missed that one, but NYU is on the power play. Moving in to the zone, dump and chase, but it's cut off by Levitt. Now a big hit in the boards, in the slot, fire, and he scores! Charles Gardeffi puts another one on the board for New York University. His 7th of the season. Found the puck right on the doorstep and put it in the back of the net. Gives NYU a 3-0 lead. Rayer behind the net. Deep in the zone in the slot, kicked aside. Scoreboard is yet to change, but I'm all but sure it is 3-0. Turned over in the slot, and nice batting away by Byland. Sent deep in the zone. No one there though. Byland now for NYU, moving the other way, finds Rayer. He'll move into the neutral zone, across the red line, goes across the blue line, moves into the zone, makes a move on Humphrey. Behind the net, sends it out, tried to get to the point, but nobody there. Didn't get far enough. Bieber wasn't there, goes cross ice, and another turnover for Towson. Now moving the other way. There goes the scoreboard, 3-0. Fire from the dot, but good defense from Towson. Now another turnover. Luo sends that deep. Fighting along the boards. It'll be sent all the way back. Luo now. Tried to find Eckstein, but miss on the pass. Face off on the far side dot. And a whistle blown. It'll be a cross check on Towson. NYU goes on another man advantage. Leading in just about every department is NYU. 3-0 on the board. 36 shots on goal to Towson's 14. Skating alongside the boards is Olesen. Olesen keeps that in. Goes to the dot. Now cross ice to the dot, fires, and that's saved by Brooks. Right in front, they jab away at it, but eventually looks like it'll be cleared unless Olsen keeps that in. He cannot. Olsen just sends it to Svoboda. Svoboda to Cook, back to Svoboda. He'll move into the zone, find Olsen. Olsen moves to the left, back to Svoboda. He'll shoot, and he scores. 4-0 NYU. What a play by the defenseman. Jackson Olesen, the captain, finds his associate captain, Alex Svoboda, and he finds the back of the net. to give Towson a commanding 4-0 lead with 14 minutes remaining in this game. Up in the zone. Now with Towson. Moving it on net. He'll fire, and that's saved by Brooks. Charles Gardeffi on the assist on that play. That is Svoboda's 4th goal of the year. I believe Olesen got an assist there too. Looks like it'll be another 2-on-1 for NYU, maybe a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Fires, and that's kicked aside and batted down, but it's covered by Brooks. It should have been a high, it looks like it'll be a high stick anyway. So the goal wouldn't have counted. But out comes NYU for a full line change. Face-off won by NYU, sent across. Moving into the zone is Eckstein. Fire from Olesen, that was a monster of a slap shot. Sent out to the point. Olesen now fires from the point, batted in front, off the post, and no goal. Sent off the boards. Olesen will keep it in again. Makes a move to his left, doing just about everything for the Violets. Down low now, behind the goal line. Makes a move now on the dot, goes cross ice, he'll fire, and that goes off the pad of Brooks. Out to the point now. Eckstein keeping that in is Anakin. Still in the zone of Towson. Now turned over. Trying to flip that up out of the zone. Still can't clear the zone as Towson. Now they do. Racing forward Anakin. He'll move into the zone. Has practically no help with him as NYU using a full line change. Fires from the angle. And a save by Brooks. He'll keep it in play though. Faked out just about everybody in the rink. A bad turnover now. Moving in on the dot. Now deep in the goal, in the zone, behind the goal line, trying to clear. Towson looks really tired. Out to the point, fires. And that'll go aside. Wilson now moving up ice. Fires, but that's kicked aside again. Moving up ice, chipped, but couldn't find anybody. Sent up ice. Moving in the zone is Rayer, moving on a net right in front, and they score. Once again, what a play by Michael Rayer, deep in the zone, makes it deep, finds the slot, gets it right on the doorstep to Charles Gardeffi. He nets his second one of the game. That is his 12th on the year. And NYU gets a commanding 5-0 lead. NYU wins that faceoff. Chipped into the zone. Chasing is Brian Cook, wearing the A for NYU again. And now moving the other way is Towson. Down 5-0. Slap shot from the point from Luo, but nothing there. Goes out to the point. Handled by Anakin, and he scores! 6-0. NYU. Beat down at ice line from the Violets. Moving in. NYU's on Olison retreats. He'll send that up the ice, chipped off the stick of Brian Cook. Sent up the ice. Humphrey moving. Now to Amadon. Amadon moves across the red line into the zone. Tries to make it deep. Great defense by Olison. Defender on defender. Now Olison moving the other way. He'll move on the dot, moving towards the net. Tries to go cross ice, but Luo was not set. He would have had an open shot though. Olison, cross ice, fires, and that's gloved by Brooks. That shot coming from Svoboda. Or Nalraki, excuse me. Right in the slot, kicked aside. Chip the other side now back to the left. But now playing in front of the dot, fires, and in the slot, sent away. Back out to the point, firing, and that's went off a skate in front of Jeremy Wilson. At the point, NYU makes a move. Back out to the point was Anakin, now firing, and that goes wide. That was Jonathan Bieber. Bieber again from the point. A lot of shots on the point for NYU. Seems to have been working, of course. Now Wilson moving the other way for Towson. He dumps. Harwood goes around to Wilson. Wilson will send it out to the point. On the dot, he'll fire. Tipped in front, but couldn't get anywhere. Great save from Ty Jones, holding the shutout so far with 9 minutes remaining in this game. Trying to keep possession of the puck in NYU's favor was Rayer, and he does so successfully. Olison now surveying his options. He'll retreat back into his own zone. Towson just 15 shots on goal. What defense being played by NYU today, as that is offsides. Brian Cook on the face-off for NYU and Ritter on it for Towson, but won by Cook. Cook finds Rayers to the slot, but that goes behind the net. Now moving the other way. Moving in is Bieber. Sent deep now by Cook. Cook alongside the boards, out to the point, and another shot from the point that hits off a Tiger defenseman. Traffic in front, back out. Another shot trying to tip is NYU right now, getting a shot redirected. Traffic in front again, another shot on goal. Sent off the boards, looks like it'll be icing. It won't be, it's waved off. Trying to send that into the zone off a tip was rare, but it goes up into the netting. So we'll do a face-off. Sioveris for NYU and Amadon for Towson. Amadon gets the best of Sioveris on that one. Nalraki chasing. Now moving the other way is Sioveris. He gets hit in the board. Now Towson will take possession in their own zone. Nalraki back, sends it over to Sioveris. behind the net. Luo makes a move back behind him and gets chipped off the boards. Sent on net right in front. Luo takes possession. He'll fire, and that's tipped and goes behind the net. Still fighting for it behind the net was Deering, but now a whistle is blown. Looks like the net came out of its spot, so the whistle will be blown. It'll be a face-off in NYU zone with 6.5 minutes remaining. Deep in the zone. Bieber sends that up, tipped off, so no icing. NYU on a penalty. That's on James Luo. Missed that one too, 2 minutes. So until about the 4.5 minute mark, they'll be on a kill. Moving the other way, one-on-one is Cook. Cook moving in on net. He'll backhand, but goes way too high. Good idea, bad execution from Brian Cook. But on the kill nonetheless. Got a shot off. Now Wilson to Harwood. Harwood moves in. He fires off the glove of Jones. Humphrey loses that puck. Now moving the other way. Could be a breakaway. It looks like it will be. Rayer moving on net. Tries to find. That was Gardeffi, but couldn't get it to him in time as Humphrey hustles back. And another whistle blown. Looks like it'll be a penalty on Harwood. Pleading its case. 6-0 right now. NYU leads. The two games they have played prior to this, NYU won the first matchup 8-4, and Towson took the second one 7-2. So no real close games so far between these two teams in this game. Similar to the first two in NYU's favor. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey, so some open ice here for both teams. At the blue line, moving as Olsen tries to find Gardeffi, but couldn't get it all the way to him. Trying to get that out to the point, cannot. O&B. Now moving up the ice is Conaway. Olsen makes a great move, crosses up. Jeremy Wilson made him fall, broke his ankles. Now it looks like it could be a breakaway. Moving in is Keegan. One-on-one with the goalie. He'll fire, and that's punched aside by Jones. The NYU penalty is over, so they'll go on a man advantage for just over a minute as 4 minutes and 24 seconds remain in this game. Olesen behind his net, surveying his options. NYU making a change. Out comes Alex Svoboda. And so Svoboda will fake the take of the puck, and Olesen now moving. Chasing is Keegan. He'll dump to Brian Cook. Cook moving in. He'll dump toCio Averis. Now go cross ice. Little miscommunication, but nonetheless, NYU stays with possession on the dot. Down low, Svoboda. Right to the slot, trying to get a one-timer off, but could not. Now Svoboda on the dot. Goes to the slot, one-timer, and that's saved by Brooks. That was Cioveris on the one-timer. Got a lot of stick on it, but not in the right direction. On the dot, out to Bieber. Bieber goes deep to the dot, shot, and that's saved by Brooks. Trying to keep that in was Bieber, but he couldn't. Now Bieber moving in, trying to do it himself. On the dot, moving in on net. Well, backhand, still in front, and he scores. Jonathan Bieber gets his 5th on the season and his first tonight. 7-0 NYU. Face off in the neutral zone. Harry Byland retreats for the puck. As I mentioned before, these two teams faced off twice in the regular season with wide margins on both sides. Towson winning one, NYU winning the other, but a margin has not ended in more than 5 in one of these matchups. Now the margin right now is 7. Harry Byland finds Luo. Luo tries to dump it in the zone, but didn't get much of a backhand on it. They're fighting along the blue line. Now it'll go back in the Towson zone. Brooks plays the puck behind the net. Chipped up in the neutral zone now, taking possession of the puck was Mikhail Anakin. Towson will move the other way. Deep in the zone is Bieber. At the point now. Fire, and that's kicked aside. Bieber thought about it, but he'll just go deep in the zone trying to find Cioveris, but can't get it to him. Tied up along the boards now. Now moving the other way. Amadon tried to. Now Humphrey gets it. Humphrey makes a move between his legs. 1 minute and 20 seconds remain. He'll backhand on the net, but nobody there. Sent up. Going way back in the zone, but icing is waved off. Chasing is Yang, but can't get there. As Towson will move the other way. Humphrey sends it up. Moving in, but batted away by Nalraki. Great defense by NYU this whole entire game. Only allowing 17 shots on goal and themselves getting 49 shots on goal. Nalraki will keep it in. 38 seconds remain in this game. As that puck's hit off somebody and a whistle's blown, looks like it'll be an offsides call. And it'll be a face-off. Face-off won by Towson. Tied up, actually now NYU takes possession of it. Nalraki sends it off the boards. Luo moves into the zone, goes cross ice, trying to find Zach Deering, but couldn't get him to him. Now whistle's blown as the puck goes up and out of play into the Tiger bench. 22 seconds remain. Face off. Deep in the Towson zone, just over 15 seconds left. Here goes the Tigers, moving into the zone, across the blue line, trying to think of what they're doing. Now it's batted away, and a big hit from Mikhail Anakin on a Tiger with just 4 seconds remain, and he is down. That looks like it's Liam Ritter. He got crushed. into the boards, but he's up now, skating off the ice with the help of a teammate, now on his own power. Just about the end of the game here as NYU leads 7-0. And there is the horn. As the whistle's blown. Doesn't matter though. That'll be the end of this one. NYU advances to play Westchester tomorrow. Ty Jones with a shutout on the Towson Tigers. 7 goals on the night from NYU, dominating this entire game and beating the Towson Tigers. We'll be back here tomorrow for the first game at 10:30. Game number 2 of this conference tournament. It'll be Temple versus the U.S. Naval Academy here on ECHA Hockey on YouTube from Westchester's Ice Line. I'm Nick Parr, and I will see you tomorrow at 10:30.